Hey everyone, Erica. I'm here to share your Tuesday yoga update preview for this week for the classes that I'm teaching. We're going to be working on twists today, tonight, and for the rest of the week. And we're going to be using the wall as an assist for a twist, or I guess as a prop for our twists, and also a block. So we're going to start with a really simple twist, just seated in cross-legged, Sukhasana, easy pose. And you might need to shift your block according to how long your arm is. We don't use the wall. I use the wall a lot in my practice, but even using it a lot, I still have to readjust a lot. So just taking a comfortable seat on the top of your block, or even a little bit to the front of your block. Bring your right hand to the outside of your left knee. Left hand comes back to the wall. So I'm a little bit far away here. I'm going to shift back just a little bit, an inch or two. Bring the right hand to the outside of the left knee. It can be either palm in or palm out. I like having the palm out. Inhale to lengthen. Bring the left hand back to the wall behind me, right at shoulder height. Inhale to lengthen again. Lengthening through the crown of the skull, which is back here. So not lengthening through the top of the head, but through the crown. This tucks the chin slightly, and as we root back, then we engage Jalandhara Bandha, keeping the back of the neck nice and long. So the hands position, inhale to lengthen, and then exhale to twist. So really pushing the hand into the wall, pushing this hand into the knee so that you can twist, bring your left shoulder back. And then as my shoulder moves back, I end up moving my hand back a little bit so it stays in line with the shoulder. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to twist. And with twists, some of the things you have to be aware of is that as your shoulders are twisting to the left, your hips are going to want to twist to the left as well. So you need to resist that by bringing that left hip back forward so it's in line with the right hip. Both hips are equal distance from the wall and from the front of the mat. Inhale to lengthen, lengthen through the crown, exhale to twist. And then releasing that, we'll come to the other side and then I can show you the other thing that you need to be aware of in twists. So the left hand comes to the outside of the right knee, right hand comes to the wall. Keep the hips square to the mat. You can probably see a little bit better here that my right hip wants to move to the wall behind me, so I need to shift it forward. Inhale, lengthen, keep the right hip forward as I twist. And then the other thing that tends to happen is sometimes we want to lift up through the heart like this, but then we come into quite a back bend and you're popping your ribs forward. So with the bottom ribs, you want to draw them in towards each other and then take them back towards the back body. Make sure when you do that you don't round your shoulders forward, you stay upright. So these ribs are pressing back, the chin is rooted down and back. And that starts to open up through the thoracic spine, and even here I can feel that coming into a little bit of it's not quite a back bend in the upper back, but it's moving in the opposite direction of the usual forward slouch that we have. So the left hand to the right knee, right hand to the wall, hips square, low ribs back, head rooting back, lengthening up, and then twisting. Keeping those ribs knitting together, the right hip moving forward, and also rolling the right arm open. And then releasing, coming back to center. Then we're going to do one to where we're facing the wall. So I'm going to use this wall. Coming a little bit closer to the wall. The wall's on my right side, so my right leg is going to stay upright, the knee upright, the foot flat. The left leg comes down underneath. The right foot can be to the outside of the knee if that's comfortable. If you're not there yet, you can have your foot to the inside of the knee. I'm going to have mine on the outside. Interlace the fingers, inhale, lengthen, take those low ribs back, skull back, shoulders relax, then start to twist towards the wall. Even when we're doing this movement, try to use your core muscles to start the twists. And then if you can, your left elbow comes to the outside of the knee. You can also hook the knee if you're able to. Bring the left elbow outside the knee. Both hands come flat to the wall. Inhale, lengthen, keep the ribs in, shoulders down, neck long, and then push, especially with the right hand, push into the wall to twist. Trying to lengthen with each inhale, twist a little deeper with the exhale, and then do a check-in with the hips. Make sure the right hip isn't moving back towards the wall behind you. See if you can push a little more with the right shoulder, reach the right hip forward, maybe look back to the wall behind you. See if you can lengthen once more, twist a little deeper. And then coming out of that, inhale to lengthen, exhale, release. And then doing a quick switch to the other side. So now the wall is on my left, so my left leg is going to stay upright. The right foot comes tucking in. So I'm about a foot away from the wall, enough space that my bottom foot has the room between the block and the wall to sit comfortably, and enough space that my forearms can be parallel to the floor and nice and long and flat. So inhaling up, keeping the hips level, not letting the right hip move forward as I twist back. Keeping those ribs back, inhale to lengthen, using core muscles, engaging with the core, so using both the core and the hand strength to twist. Keeping this left knee pointing upward and not letting it move towards the wall too much. And then release. Inhale, lengthen, uncross the legs. We're going to come back to the first side again and go a little deeper with this twist. Back to the right side, so the right foot stays flat on the floor, left foot tucks under, right foot comes to the outside. Inhale to lengthen. I'm a little bit too close. Adjusting again. Keeping the ribs in, shoulders down, back of the neck long, hands come to the side. And this time we're going to twist. You can use your right hand to help you twist. We're also going to start to fold forward and try to bring the elbow, or the shoulder rather, right to the knee, right to the outside of the knee. So you can see when you're up here there's lots of space in here, but for this folding forward one we want to erase all the space. You get as far forward as we can, and then the hands are not parallel to the floor anymore. They're at this angle, and we're pressing and twisting. Here the shift in the hips is less, but you still need to be aware of it. See if you can press that right shoulder back, slide the left hip forward, turn the gaze, lengthen the spine, and then turn back to look forward. And just for curiosity, if you lengthen your arm out, see if you can touch the ground, maybe even bring the hand to the inside edge of the foot, and then inhale up, come back forward, come around to the other side. And twists, I find, are one of the quickest ways to feel the potency of yoga. My back already feels amazing, feels so different. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start the twist with the core. Keep those hips parallel. The right hand comes to the outside of the left knee, and then using the left hand as the helper. And notice, I mean, if I just go here, this is where my twist is, but if I use my hand, I can come so much deeper. So use your hand. Don't be afraid to get right in there and get familiar with yourself. Hands come to the wall, hips are parallel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And then even after you've been here and you're able to release a little bit into it, see if you can slide that hand through and twist a little deeper, even right up here to the shoulder. Try and bring that shoulder a little further forward, and I just gained a few inches there. So significant difference. And then looking down at your front foot, reach that arm out. Maybe you can even walk the hand forward a little bit. Walk the hand back. Inhale, lengthen. Try to keep the shoulder back on the back body, the shoulder blade on the back body, and then this upper shoulder, as it tends to do on me, is creeping up, so I'm just going to depress it down. Inhale, lengthen, twist a little more, and then release, come upright. And then we're going to come off the block, do a couple of lunges. So this is what, that was the warm-up, and then we're moving into some lunges. So we'll start with the back knee down, pressing the hands into the front thigh. Take this is my right thigh, so I'm going to take my right hand to the outside of the thigh. Use this to press, just like I was pressing on the wall. Start to twist. Use the core muscles to twist. Check in with the hips. Make sure that right hip isn't moving back. Keep it nice and square with the left. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the knee. Hands come together. Inhale, lengthen. So here again, there's lots of space between the thigh and the torso. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe drop the hips a little bit to come into a little more of a quad stretch on the back leg. Lengthen, and then press the elbow into the knee. Keep the hips square as you take your right shoulder back. And then inhale back to center, come down, lift the back knee, jump switch, drop the back knee, inhale up. Left hand comes out to the outside of the knee. This time we're going to try to close the gap between the torso and the leg. So press the elbow into the knee to start, and then use the hand to draw the right hip forward. Start to slide forward, use that hand, slide the elbow down, use the hand. You can even start to round your back away from your leg to get a bit more space. See if you can work the elbow nice and far down. Maybe you can reach all the way down to put the hand flat. Lift that left arm up, or sorry, the right arm up. Press it back. And then see if you can take the bind. So the right arm comes out to the side. Use your left hand on your wrist to press the arm back underneath you. And see if you can wiggle it back out. So the back of the hand is on the back of the right hip crease. Left arm reaches back, pressing back, comes around to take the bind, stretching the arms. Maybe you can straighten them long. And this is a super deep twist. It becomes really hard to breathe here. So breathing as much as you can. Maybe you can even look down first, lift the back knee, and then drop the back knee again, release the bind, lengthen the arms out, bring that left hand forward, step back, come into Vajrasana. And those are just a few of your twists that you'll be seeing in my classes this week. Practice them at home. This is a nice little quick fix for your back, especially if you've been sitting in a chair all day or walking all day or just need a little bit of a yoga fix. Hope you enjoy it.